Alright, what's up guys? We're back again with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about, do you need to be smart to be rich? I see too many people talking about, oh, I can't be rich. I need to go to school and do college for, years and years, get my master's, get my bachelor's. And I'm here to tell you that that's only 50% true, I'd say. Honestly, I'd say it's even lower than that, but just for today's sake, and I know a lot of people would strongly disagree with this, we'll say 50%, but I think it's more closer to almost 35 to 25%. Because depending on how willing you are to actually become rich, if you have that energy, if you have that drive, if you have that motivation, then honestly, I'd say it's a 0% chance, that you need a crazy high IQ to become rich. When I think of rich, I think of, putting in the effort to, increase your income, whether that being frugal or, finding a side hustle that, turns into your main source of income, or maybe both, turning, being completely frugal into saving, money for a business or, something you're passionate about that makes money. It all depends. But I wouldn't say any of that requires a higher level education than, a high school diploma. Believe it or not, me personally, I actually never even finished high school. I never went to college. I had some things in my personal life that kind of caused me not to be able to finish high school. And as you can see, I'm still here, learning about everything I can, money, finance. Now, a lot of people would probably just say that, because of the thing that happened to me while I was in school, I could make another video about that, would, just be basically I got kicked out of school and never got to really see my full potential. But to be honest with you, I can't lie, that's not the truth, because I never even really liked school. I never was like a failing student. I was more of like a C/D kind of student, which isn't really good either way. But, either way you look at it, I wasn't really too fancy for school. I didn't like it. I thought my potential was way higher than school. And I was just kind of one of those kids looking to make money and learning how to, sell stuff on the side, then, focusing on grades and all that stuff. Now, before I do continue, I know I sound a little quieter. It's currently really early in the morning. I'm just trying to, start getting up a lot earlier and getting some stuff done. So, the house is a little quiet and I'm trying to keep it down, but hopefully the audio is good. But yeah, and honestly, I think to myself when people are talking about, well, you can't be rich unless the higher education level stuff. Honestly, I'd say in today's day and age, it's far from the truth because a majority of where I learn from is, nothing but YouTube and just searching things up and doing, deep dive research. And to be quite fair, I know this is a crazy, take for a lot of people. And I'm not saying this is, a take that everyone says. It's more my personal opinion as always. But, I'd say honestly, just with our day and age, YouTube and, deep dive searching, you can actually learn a lot more than you could from, I feel going to school and paying for, classes for someone to just sit there and kind of, teach you. Now, if it's a one-on-one person that's teaching you directly, I would say that's always going to be better, because that's, from the source knowledge, someone who's, done it and has practiced it for a long time. But outside of that, YouTube and like I said, just, paid courses or really anything, it kind of shines bright, especially nowadays. I see more and more people every day. It's like they'll talk about, becoming rich off of things just that they learned from, seeing videos about it or, seeing topics about it. And then they kind of got into it. I mean, heck, even the, commentary side of COD, talking about finance, this is all pretty fairly new. It hasn't been around for a long time. And, now people are obviously taking this knowledge just through watching people play COD. And, they could be turning it into, scaling $1 million businesses or, finding, like I said, side hustles that make a lot of money, to being frugal, to, all of the things above, right? And honestly, that's the kind of beauty that you can, see from just how it works. And, at the end of the day, it requires no level of education if you're really willing to put in that time, to put in that focus of just learning, things you're interested in. Like if you're interested in making money and you have a passion about learning, the language of money, financial literacy, then sitting on YouTube a couple hours a day and watching a few videos on someone who has the experience in that topic, it's not hard, and it doesn't require you to be smart at all. I'd almost say that, being someone like myself where, I kind of dropped out early and I, had a lot of time on my hands as a young, kid, not being in high school. I'd say I actually learned a lot more about what I was passionate about in those years of not going to high school and, not going to college, obviously. Just now, I've learned a lot more, I feel. And I honestly am very appreciative that I didn't go to school. I look back at it now and I'm kind of like, well, I wouldn't be who I was if I hadn't dropped out or I hadn't had the situation I had. So yeah, I'm pretty thankful for that. But the reason I say that is because, like I said, I had a lot more time to learn about what I was passionate about. And at the time, being younger, I was kind of just into figuring out how to get stuff for cheap and sell it. I know a lot of kids were, pretty interested in that in my time, where it was just finding stuff that you could, whether it be from China or from anything, and just kind of selling it cheap. I think that was my first like true side hustle that had actually made me an amount of money where I was like, wow, this is really nice. But that necessarily doesn't even have to be you. I know a lot of people where they took time out of high school to just get really into what they love, whether it be a sport. That specifically is a bigger occasion, is just people kind of getting into a sport they really enjoy and kind of going pro outside of school. Now it's more uncommon, but like I said, it doesn't even have to be about sports or about money. It could really be about anything. Some people drop out of high school to become artists, or just all kinds of things, right? If it doesn't really require a college education or even a high school education, then a lot of times it's okay to take that time away from the education system and be more fluent in what you really enjoy. And if you've ever noticed, a lot of the richest people in the world, a lot of them have not even a high school diploma at all. And if you've ever watched any interviews from those people, a lot of the time they will say that they had more time outside of high school to figure out what they wanted to do early. And then because of that, they had more time to, learn about it and scale it to what they obviously have it at now. But yeah, I'm going to be wrapping this one up. But like I said, guys, I really truly do think that you do not need to be, super academic, or just super duper genius, high IQ to, really shine in your career or, your path of life. Like I said, if you're really passionate about it and you really love it, you'll always outperform everyone who, has a fancy diploma or, thinks because they have a piece of paper that says they can do it better than you. I honestly just think it's bullshit. I do. I think it's stupid. And I think that, like I said, if you guys are passionate about it, you really love it and you just cherish, every moment of the process, you'll always be better. But yeah, as I said, just going to be wrapping it up here, guys. As always, if you guys like the video, drop a like. If you want to see more, drop a sub. And I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.